Hello and welcome to the Economic Times Global Digital Innovation Summit 2021, wherein industry leaders discuss the progress achieved in new age technologies like artificial intelligence, data analytics, cloud, the Internet of Things, etc., and the innovation opportunities that exist. In this special episode, we bring you an exclusive highlight of the event. First up, we bring you a keynote address on the new technology innovation mindset by Alan Bohem of H&M Group.
I'm extremely excited to be with you today and having an opportunity to talk to you a little bit about what's going on at H&M and a little bit about what's happening in the retail and fashion industry. The H&M Group is based in Stockholm, Sweden, and we are on this digital transformation program. We are changing our business, not just because of the pandemic, but we recognize that our consumers are changing, our customers are changing, and worldwide, everything is changing, including us. We are now serving 74 markets and we're continuing to grow around the world. Technology has become crucial for every fashion retailer in the world. We are taking it seriously and we're looking at new and unique ways to do this. In your own market, we have recognized the talents that are available to us, not just in the people, but in the startups and other things that are going on. And we've established a hub in Bangalore. And this hub is working as part of our global teams, building new technologies and capabilities that are going to serve our customers and our consumers and our employees all around the world. We have people that are working on AI, data analytics, payment solutions, our security, our operations, enterprise IT solutions, just to name a few. Innovation has always been part of the mindset and part of our heritage of the H&M family. We pioneered many, many new things. It was founded on the belief of making affordable fashion available to everyone. Now our ambition is changed, and it's moving more and more to making sustainable fashion affordable and available to everyone. We are constantly looking at how technology can enable that. We're looking at doing it both internally, partnering with people outside, and coming together and building an ecosystem of technologists, people in the fashion industry and the retail industry in order to create brand new market opportunities for everybody. This is a real exciting time to be in the fashion industry. It's an exciting time to be in the retail industry because you have very few opportunities in your life to change a company. You also have very few opportunities, even fewer, to change an entire industry. So take your technology talents, take your creativity, and bring it together to try to create something new for the world. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure to join you.
The pursuit of high performance, lower and predictable costs, easy integration, and smooth business functioning have made cloud an alluring choice for businesses. Last year served as a wake-up call for organizations that were either slow or were deferring their digital plans. Making the right cloud choice can sometimes be tricky. Given previous IT investments, complex processes that cut across multiple departments, a number of cloud providers to choose from, and the reality of hybrid IT setups. If I were to draw parallels from the game of chess, the right moves matter. So organizations need to do their due diligence to get their cloud journey right. Organizations are dealing with unprecedented levels of change. The global pandemic has only reinforced the need for businesses to rely more on technology and their data as they try to achieve new levels of flexibility, reliability, and continuity. Having a strong cloud strategy can provide the foundation for every function within an organization to be ready for whatever may come next. What do companies have to do is to move into transformation zone and drive the changes required to build a resilient and a profitable future. Let me tell you 5 steps for that. Number 1 is start with strategy. Start simple and be willing to revise them as complexities are uncovered. Beginning with the outcomes you want to achieve, envision a future that unlocks your data and raises all part of your system to the highest value. Second is to define your innovation goal. This will position for growth by using automation and emerging technologies to problem solve at the speed of business. Next is building a cloud evaluation roadmap. It is important to build a roadmap that helps you articulate and sell the value of a transformative vision to your board, to your stakeholders, as well as to your team. The next point, again, very important, is to keep your teams motivated and empowered, because people are at the heart of successful business transformations. Empowering your team with knowledge becomes quite important. And the last, but not the least, very important point is invest in your future. Preserving your competitive advantage with transformative change is worth the investment, because you are doing new things in new ways. There is no direct comparison today. Transformations are a multi-year effort. Our mission is to help people see data in new ways, discover insights, and unlock endless possibilities. Oracle Cloud is designed to help our customers navigate times of change because we take a different approach to cloud computing. We have the only cloud that delivers innovation that let customers move all of their applications to the cloud as is, migrating an entire environment in weeks, not months. We have a very simplified cloud management and security with autonomous services like the Oracle Autonomous Database, Oracle Autonomous Linux. We have complete support for hybrid cloud technology strategies, which is the most important point today. You want to run Oracle in the public cloud, that is customer's own data center, or anywhere in between. The built-in cloud security, that's simpler, always on, and inexpensive. So our customers can improve their security posture and lower the risk and cost of security breaches. The best performance at attractive price points. Oracle Cloud is less expensive to run, protect, and secure so that customers get a better handle on their cloud costs. And then we have two Metium panel cloud regions in India, in Mumbai and in Hyderabad. Organizations around the world and across every industry are today partnering with Oracle because they know they can trust us as they navigate through a changing environment to ensure business continuity and reorient for growth.
In today's world of finance, with the maturation of machine learning, personalization has become a critical element of success. Customers expect that the information they share with banks will be utilized to really bring back the products and the services to them that they need the most. It has truly gone from nice to have to a must have in the competitive landscape of finance. In fact, it has become a differentiator. Through personalization, we ensure we meet our customers in their financial life and deliver seamless experience that shows that we know them and we also know what is important to them. Combination of artificial intelligence, high quality data, and the machine learning facilitate the insights that customers now can actually utilize from the entire ecosystem to make the right decision and to make the most of their monies. Our digital platforms provide industry-leading financial services to roughly about 57 million retail customers in the United States. 43 million of these are mobile users. And they heavily rely on the digital products and the services that we offer them. As an example, in September, 75% of the payment transactions were done digitally. 70% of the new applications for mortgage that we received were submitted online. Now, the key facet for the digital transformation strategy for us is to enable the innovation at scale. To continue to then successfully compete for the simple and the complex finance applications. This meant we needed to change the way we build and deliver softwares by driving the distributed development model. The goal is to actually break out of the large monolith applications and unleash the power of thousands of engineers that we have in India operations and across the globe so that we can continue to enhance our digital experience for our customers. We have also redefined our software development lifecycle to be more opinionated about the quality controls and also observable, so that our engineers get the feedback and see the feedback from the customers real time and very early in the development process. We strive every day to improve our digital offerings for our customers so that it is simple and easy for them to use and do business with us and fulfill their intent, which remains to maximize the value of their money.
Welcome back to the Economic Times Global Digital Innovation Summit 2021. Let's hear more from digital innovative leaders about their transformation journey.
Rolia's purpose lies in turning technological disruptions into advantage for our customers. So we are super focused on customer success, and the way we achieve that is by focusing on our employees and by building a culturally sound company. We are really intrigued and excited, for India and its future growth potential. The way we participate, and impact that future is three ways. One, we are a born in digital company, so we want to, and we are acting as a benchmark for others to follow as to what it means to be a digital company. In addition to that, we are not only helping corporations of India take advantage of digital to compete better in the world markets, but we're also building a world-class skill base for the future of India. And we believe that that's going to be very impactful, for Indian market. We want to keep replicating our success, and that means that we are building massive scale over the next few years. We are expanding in markets outside our current footprint, which is India, Europe, and the US. We are aggressively expanding our delivery footprint, in Mexico, Canada, Romania. And in addition to growing organically our business, which is doing really well, we also want to be an aggressive acquirer, to build the massive scale. So that's the plan for Rolia's future.
I would talk about our core philosophy of Connect as part of the Quest family. Right. So the purpose of Connect essentially is to help our customers grow revenues, enable efficiencies, and enhance customer experience. So Connect has been in business for almost 17 years now, right? Historically started off with the CLM industry, and then we moved on to the BFSI, mid and back office functions, right? And then over a period of time, also a lot into the collection space, right? And recently, we have in the last few months, we have our foray into digital IT services as well, right? So when you look at essentially what we bring to the table, our huge business process experience across industries, right? From BFSI, from retail, e-com, auto manufacturing, utilities. You look at all of those business process experience combined with all the digital technology competencies that we have got, right? It could be the competencies we have in the area of automation, in the area of platforms, in the area of digital engineering, right? Modernization, data analytics. And we have a number of technology partnerships with all the leading tech companies. So you look at what we do with the bringing all this together, essentially is to enable customer outcomes, right? And those outcomes, as I said, are in the areas of how do we help our customers grow their revenue, right? And that's where a CLM lifecycle, that's where all the technologies that go in play a role. Second, as I said, all these technologies, especially in automation, right? Intelligent automation plays a role in enabling efficiencies, right? There are a number of costs that can be taken out for customers, get them to be efficient, and we use our process and technology capability to do on efficiencies. And third, predominantly we are in the customer lifecycle management space, right, across, which is all about experience, right? And again, we look at our process experience, our business experience, and of course, all kind of technology interventions that we can bring eventually to make a difference for a customer, for a client's customers, right? And ensure that the experience is better and it can really make a difference to their business. So that's, I would say, in a nutshell and in summary, is our purpose and philosophy.
Since we are talking about unstructured data in the context of RPA technology, The potential of RPA technologies is actually limitless, provided you feed in the right data. So there are a lot of unstructured data flowing into the organization and has to be processed in the format of text, emails, scanned files, complex documentations. And if you want to derive the best value out of a RPA tool, you need to ingest the right data and a clean and structured data. Today, by and large, if you don't, the organization's potential or the success of a deployment of an RPA technology is dependent on how the organizations handle this massive volumes of unstructured data. Unstructured data is, by and large, the biggest hurdle in the way of deriving the best potential or full potential of an RPA investment. Building on the automation foundation, which Blue Prism has built since 2001, Blue Prism is constantly innovating and building and embedding a lot of latest technologies into its platform, like cloud, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and many other cognitive capabilities are now getting embedded into the Blue Prism digital workforce platform within the platform. One such example is Decipher IDP. It's a software tool that makes it possible for users to scan, classify, validate, and extract data from structured, unstructured, and semi-structured documents. This tool acts like an eyes for digital workforce, where it puts the power of optical character recognition, machine learning, and artificial intelligence in the hands of business leaders to enable greater operational agility and derive best value out of their investment into RPA technology.
RPA is mostly consisting of manual transactions or manual activities which are automated. Cognitive process automation adds intelligence. In this case, you can call artificial intelligence on top of robotic process automation to make it more intelligent. It typically uses technologies like optical character recognition, natural language processing, and computer vision, and to mimic a human decision. Organizations have seen that you can automate fragmented processes, and you can almost bust silos which exist within the organization through the usage of cognitive process automation. That really drives very high level of efficiency for corporates.
Welcome back to the Economic Times Global Digital Innovation Summit 2021. Next up, we bring you a power-packed panel discussion on game changers. It's about your customer, not your competitors.
Let me begin first, Martin, come to you. The pandemic that we have seen over the last maybe more than now 1.5 years has brought about some major shifts. I would call them rather as tectonic shifts in that sense. So what we would love to hear, Martin, from you is that how these tectonic shifts are changing the consumer behavior.
The pandemic was a shock not only individually and collectively to the community, but also to all the business environment. And I think it accelerated extremely a lot of initiatives that were already there. And I think probably the most obvious is e-commerce activities and strategies, which in the automotive retail space, let me say in Mercedes-Benz India, we had before sold mostly, say, model cars and accessories online. We had tested some e-commerce with pre-owned cars. But then we went within a few weeks from basically 1, 2, 3, 5% of vehicle sales to new car sales of 15 to 20%. So we have seen a complete change there in the customer perception.
There are a lot of shifts that people keep talking about. But what would be more interesting to also know, Rajesh, from an FMCG perspective or from overall industry perspective is this shift permanent? Or are there some shifts that you think that we will go back to where we were before the pre-pandemic time?
Rajiv, to your point, I think there are some fundamental shifts which happen over a period of time that get modified a little bit, but that doesn't dramatically change. So let me talk about a few trends that we are observing in the market. One is consumers' increasing propensity to look for value. and that manifests itself in multiple ways. So for example, value could be in the form of price points, which are, affordable price points that they can buy at. So like, for example, a sachet at 1 rupee. Now that kind of a trend is likely to continue going forward as well. The other trend it's been around for a while, but gathering momentum, especially in the pandemic times, is around health and wellness. So consumers are trying to understand, how can I, especially in the food and beverages category, what can I eat which allows me to get the right level of health and wellness. The third piece, which I would say as a trend, which we are seeing, is around the fact that consumers are looking for more and more caring for the environment and sustainability. So these, I would say, are a few trends that we're seeing in the consumer space.
How do you think this entire pandemic and the entire digitization, the focus on digitization went up significantly? But how do you think that this has put onus on organizations, not just from a customer perspective, but slightly a broader perspective, which is covering employees, covering stakeholders like suppliers and so on and so forth? So what are your views, Vipin, on that?
Now, the pandemic has accelerated the journey of digital adoption, and therefore there's a need to drive digital adoption, both in customer experience, which we call as CX 3.0, and the employee experience strategy that elevates CX. And we are extensively leveraging tech-driven engagement platforms to get closer to our customers than before. So even if we think digital, then we do digital, we also have to become digital. And we have to excite our people through breakout sessions, hackathons, crowdsourced ideas, etc., both from a customer standpoint and from an employee standpoint. So much has changed, and you're absolutely right. Customer, employee, on a par. We just have to go through the emotion and the behavior. Back to you.
Let me come to you, Prabjit. What are your thoughts from a perspective of what kind of new business models are you seeing at Uber come in? And if you can give us a little peek in terms of some of these new opportunities that you would like to tap into.
I think from a mobility perspective, this is a sector which has seen a massive shift, largely because instead of encouraging people to step out, we were encouraging 18 months back people to stay back and step out only when required. I think there are three big shifts which we are beginning to see, which are creating opportunities for digital first players like us. One is we're also seeing recovery in cases like people wanting to take the same Uber with the vehicle and the driver and take it for a multi-city trip, or keep the vehicle with them for multiple days. And suddenly it creates an imperative for people like Uber or other ride-sharing platforms to pivot much faster. So that's one aspect which we are seeing. For example, our intercity business is seeing recovery levels which are much faster than some of the core intracity business. The second opportunity has also been when the pandemic hit. The second thing we realize, if people are not necessarily moving, they still need to be able to send objects from point A to point B. So we introduced a service called Uber Connect, which is now scaling very dramatically, even as the pandemic hopefully is subsiding. And the third is we realize that while our core user base may be actually at their homes, but there are still essential workers which need to travel. So we were able to, over a 96-hour period, based on feedback from multiple other stakeholders like those on the call, set up a Uber Medic service to be able to transport at that point of time essential workers to healthcare workers. And interestingly, that has now become a service line which has extended beyond that in that period as people begin to come back to work, which is beginning to happen across the board. And thereby we have been on standby to launch our corporate shuttle service, which takes the same convenience, safety, and affordability standards which Uber is known for and deploy it for a very different use case. So again, there are a portfolio of such bets which we are pivoting to.
Moving on and coming to Amit. Amit, the insurance business traditionally has had, different kinds of channels. So how do you see this entire shift happening from an insurance perspective? And also, if you can add on that, how do you balance? Because these are different channels that you must be experiencing. So how do you balance between different channels?
I really don't think we are in an era where we can get away by balancing anymore. I think as an organization, we really need to place our bets, and we need to place our focus bets on channels that we would want. So, like you said, yes, insurance has multiple channels. The bets that I would have to then do is focus the organization energy towards that, to say, how do I get the best product that I can sell online? How do I get the best customer experience and innovate from an end-to-end purchase journey standpoint? How do I build a seamless self-service model after I've sold the insurance, right? And then focus my resources there. So I think that whole clarity from an organization standpoint as to which channels to focus on, which bets, has started to redefine in the post-COVID pandemic era. When the world came to a stop, we were an industry which, really encountered a lot of challenge from how do we service our customers? How do we ensure each and everyone is able to renew the policy? And the first level of challenge that we had was to call up a customer and say, you can pay your premium and renew your policy in a lockdown via an EFT or card or a mobile wallet. But the other was, how do we educate them? And I think a couple of my panelists did allude to how do we educate the customers on using the tools. That was the first thing, which was across channels, whichever customer you were.
Really wonderful talking to all of you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to all of you.